you want a water or nothing?
No, I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Thanks, yeah.
Jo's not in the room, is she, to gloat on her darts victory? Thanks for joining us, everyone. Appreciate it. We'll begin with Anton at Sky Sports News.
Hi, Katie. Nice to see you. Sorry, my voice has gone, so apologies. Thanks for the compassion.
Yeah, you were talking to the wrong person then.
Katie, look, first off, has it sunk in? You're a World Cup player, first start, winning by 5 goals against the Asian champions. You've had time to take it in yet?
Yeah, I think as soon as I found out I was starting, I was like over the moon. I think before the game it was a mixture of excitement and nerves, and then when I got out onto the pitch I just couldn't wait to get going. I think we forget that the reason we're here is because we perform well for our club every single week, so that was the mindset I tried to have going into the game, and I was so excited after, obviously 6 goals and some unbelievable goals too, so really proud for myself and my family that I had that moment.
Chatting to some of the players after the game, it seemed that some of the players were aware of the concern and the maybe criticism of the team, the form coming into that game. Was that a motivating factor going into the performance of the night?
To be honest, I think for me a win's a win, whether it's 1-0 or 6-1. I think we still got 3 points on the board, so obviously we want to score as many goals as possible and always try and keep a clean sheet, but for us we knew that we had the quality, and that's why we train so hard every day, and I think you could see that all come out onto the pitch the other night.
And finally, I suppose, because I can't go much longer, just want to know about the next game, I suppose. Obviously everybody's trying to get into the starting 11, we know that, but just how intense is it to get into that, make that starting position your own at the moment?
Yeah, I think the special thing about this team is the camaraderie between the squad. I think there's players there that have grown up together, there's players that played together at club, so as much as we're all pushing each other and fighting for the starting 11 spot, I think it's really is a team effort, and it's a whole squad that comes together. I think you can see when players come on and when different players start, the sort of impact they make, and we're really aware of that as a team, so we want to strive for the best as a whole group.
Thanks, Anton. Yes, we'll go to Jane.
Hi, Katie. Looking forward to the Nigeria game. They're known for being quite a physical side. Considering the injuries that the England squad have already suffered, has that been a topic of conversation amongst everyone? Is it a concern?
No, I don't think it's a concern at all. I think we go into every single game the same. We know that we can compete on all aspects. We've got a real variety of strengths within the squad, and I think that is what makes us so dangerous. So for us, we just want to play our normal game and hopefully get the win.
And they're quite a dangerous side because, I mean, they've far outplayed their FIFA ranking. You know, they beat their co-hosts 3-2. They held the Olympic champions to a 0-0 draw. I'm sure you guys have been watching them throughout this tournament. What's the feeling coming up against them?
I think we're all really excited. I think the beauty of the World Cup is you're able to play against so many different countries with so many different styles of play and able to test ourselves. I think Nigeria, obviously ranked 40th, is amazing to see them go into the knockouts, and they're not the only team that have got a higher ranking that have been able to make it through, and I think it really shows how far women's football has progressed.
Just finally for me, have you been aware of the support that you've been accumulating back at home, and what have you seen from fans' reactions, especially to the latest game?
Yeah, I think we know we've got amazing support both at home and in Australia, and we're so appreciative and so grateful for it. We want to make the nation proud, and we're in 9-hour time difference and a 24-hour flight away, so as much as possible we want to still connect with our fans at home, and hopefully through our performances and the media stuff we've been doing, we've been able to do that.
Thanks, Jane. There's a few questions, so we'll just go to Emma first.
Hey Katie, nice to speak to you. You said before, you know, when you found out that you were playing, just when was that? How much notice did Serena give you?
So we found out the team the night before. It's pretty routine since Serena's come in, so we've got time to prepare, whether you're in the starting 11 or not, so that's consistent.
Yeah, I just wondered your mindset sort of going into that game. Obviously, all the build-up, certainly from us, was how do England replace sort of Kira Walsh? So did you have to kind of say to yourself, I'm not Kira Walsh, I'm Katie Zelem, and I need to play as if I'm Katie Zelem?
I think I just mentioned, and we've all got really different strengths in the team, and for me, I just wanted to do what I've tried to do every single week at Man United and contribute as much to the team as I could, both on and off the ball. And me and Kira have known each other for, maybe 15 years now, so I've known her a really long time, so it's great that we've both got that relationship off the pitch too.
Thanks, Emma. We'll go back of the room to Tom, please.
Thank you. Well played the other night, Katie. I just wondered, Serena said after the match that the players had been really excited when they found out about the formation. I'm wondering what was the vibe afterwards. How do you feel about that? How it worked out with the three at the back, and how pleased were you with the way it went?
Yeah, I think the scoreline showed it was pretty successful. I think for us, we're really open to trying new things and always ready to adapt. So when we first, tried out the formation in training, everyone was really receptive to it and excited, like she said. And I think you could see the differences it brought on the pitch. It allowed players to be higher up and also so many different goal scorers. So I think that'll be another huge strength going forward.
Thank you. And please, could I just ask, in a tournament where there have been so many shocks and upsets so far, what are you doing as a group to try and stop that happening for England? When there's been lots of upsets, what can you do to try and prevent being another one?
Yeah, I think the main thing for us is just to focus on ourselves. We know that every opposition that we come against, especially now we're in the knockouts, have worked so hard to be there and all deserve the place. So for us, it's about executing our game plan that we've got and making sure our main focus is us.
Thanks, Tom. If we can go down to the front, Holly first, then Rob, and then we'll go to the middle of the room.
Hi, Katie. I just wanted to ask, because you mentioned it just then when you were talking about being in the starting 11, about your family. Have any of your family been able to come out to Australia yet? And if and when they get here, how will it feel, to play in front of them, with them in the stands?
Unfortunately, my family haven't been able to come out. It's obviously a really long way, and both my parents are working, but my mum and dad are the proudest parents in the world. My dad calls me all the time. I don't think he actually understands what time it is out here. He's like, "You trained yet?" I'm like, "No, Dad." But he's so proud. He gets up at whatever time it is. I think he's watched every single game, so he may as well be sat out here. But my agent's here. My best friend's flying out soon, so it'll be really nice to see her.
Thanks, Holly. We'll go to Rob at Sky News. Thanks.
Hi there. Good luck for Monday. What's it been like watching the shocks with so many of the big teams going out?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. First of all, I think I touched on before, but the progress of women's football, obviously it's the first World Cup where the teams have been expanded, and I think it shows it was the right decision, that there really is that quality in the lower ranked sides, and so many of them have progressed through to the knockouts. I think every single nation has worked so hard leading up to this World Cup, and it's really showing.
And has there been a sort of message within the camp that although you've been here for a month, you don't want to go home next week?
No, we certainly don't want to go home next week. I think we all know what our end goal is, and 3 more weeks, I think it is our aim, and obviously that is the aim of every other country that's in the knockout stages too. So for us, we'll sit tight and just play to our best ability.
Thanks, Rob. We'll go to Molly and then Sol. Okay, no problems. Thanks.
Hey, Katie. Obviously, you're a senior player at Manchester United, but for England, it's maybe taken a little while for you to get that start and that opportunity, and obviously it comes on such a big stage. I wonder if you can just talk a little bit about the mentality that you've had kind of throughout that whole journey, really, and must have been a really proud moment to get that moment.
Yeah, I guess it's almost like I have 2 different roles at club. I'm obviously the Manchester United captain, and when I come here, I do everything I can to support the team and be the best I can in training or games, whatever that may be. So for me, I think I've got the best holding midfielder probably in the world playing in front of me. So it's a great opportunity to learn every day and push myself every single day, but also give everything I can off the pitch. I think that's a huge reason that I enjoy being a leader, is to contribute what I can, and hopefully I've been able to do that as well as playing in the game the other day.
And does it also kind of show that that door's never closed? There's always an opportunity, whether it's a change of formation or an injury to a player, there's always a chance. And that must kind of help everyone in the squad to keep that belief when you are so far away from home. You know, it can be quite a long tournament to kind of get that, whether it's internally or whether it's from Serena, to have that belief.
Yeah, I guess that is the beauty and craziness of football, that things change so quickly. I think you can never predict what's going to happen, and for me it's always about staying ready, just like all the other girls that are obviously eagerly awaiting, and everyone trains to 100% every single day, so whether it's somebody that's played more or less minutes, I think people are always ready when called upon.
Thank you and good luck.
Thanks, Molly. We'll go to Neil.
Hi, Katie. Never mind being skipping for Manchester United or playing for England at the World Cup. What I think the public needs to know is your role as the squad DJ. How on earth do you manage to keep all these tastes in music aligned? And can you just talk us a little bit about the pressure that you're under to turn up some decent tunes?
Yeah, no wonder I weren't that nervous the other day. It's harder being on the bus, I think, picking all the songs. There's a lot of people to keep happy, and the honest answer is I probably don't. Everyone's chirping in, oh, I don't like this one, play this one. I think, you know what, girls, I'm the DJ. Don't tell the DJ what to do. But I try and cater for all the girls. I think we've got a real mix of personalities. We've got some singers, Rachel and Millie, who tell us we formed a girl band.
Called what?
Oh, this is embarrassing. I'm going to put this on Rachel. It's Rachel, Millie, me and Kira, and it is the Marangatangs. So you heard it here first.
Why?
I am actually not that sure. I think we had meringues for dessert one night. But you don't want to hear us because honestly we're a little tone deaf.
Right, okay, can you give us a flavour of some of the tunes that people have been asking you for?
We're really good at We Are Family. You know, We Are Family.
I was around when that was a hit.
Yeah, we're good at that one. We practiced that one today. Just a sort of mixture of those songs, really.
Right. Any old ones apart from that one?
Yeah, there is. Bit of Whitney Houston. I'm not going to sing them all because you'll all leave. Just things like that, you know. Bit more sing songs we're better at.
I mean, it's a very PC sort of tune, isn't it? We Are Family. There must be something else in the mix there.
I wish I had my playlist to show you, and that would blow you away, actually. Unwritten, we're pretty good at that. Torn. You told me you knew all these songs.
Anyone else? It's a tough act to follow. We'll go to the back of the room.
Yeah.
Catherine.
And I'm all out of songs before that comes.
Hi, Katie. You mentioned earlier there about your journey in terms of getting your first England start. Obviously, you weren't part of the squad in April, which was the last squad before the World Cup. I just kind of wondered how that was, and obviously you had like a short spell of the season there, I guess, to kind of fight your way back in. And was there a point where you were sort of worried or concerned, or were you always kind of confident you would be here and that you could, you'd make the squad?
To be honest, when I found out I wasn't picked for the April camp, I actually thought that was my World Cup dream over. I think that was one of the hardest moments to take, especially following the Euros last year when I wasn't selected. I think it just kind of felt like there's not another camp before, obviously, the selection. And I think for a couple of days I really thought, oh, I've worked so hard all season and it's just not meant to be. But we had some really important games at Manchester United, obviously fighting for the league title and the FA Cup final. And I think that really helped shift my focus to just being the best I could for club, and hopefully whatever I did was enough.
Does it make kind of these moments kind of feel more special then when you get your first England start and it comes in a World Cup? It feels like you've really kind of earned that opportunity?
100%. I think the girls were obviously talking about a few days ago that it was a year to the day of winning the Euros, and that was a year to the day of me sat watching them win the Euros. So for me, it just feels like worlds apart. Obviously, we said before, football can change so quickly, and in my case, it really has.
And just finally, obviously, you played alongside Georgia Stanway in the last game. and she's on a yellow card, and I just kind of wondered, obviously for her, she probably has to think about, you know, maybe not overstepping the line, but as a midfield partner, do you kind of have to, does it come into your thinking as well, thinking sometimes, I guess, you know, Georgia might not be able to go in for that tackle, and it, you know, does it affect you, or is it something that you kind of, you can't think about in a game?
Firstly, I think Georgia is pivotal to this team. I think she's been phenomenal, and that counts for the Euros too. I think she does a lot of work that people don't particularly notice, and a lot off the ball, which is probably why she gets so many yellow cards. I think it's really important everyone around her tries to help out and take that pressure off her, whether it's maybe a last-ditch tackle or a tackle that needs to be made. Obviously, we know Georgia is on a yellow card, so it's about supporting her and trying to protect her a little bit.
Thanks.
Cool. Last question.
Hi, Katie. You spoke about how long you've known Kira for. I just wondered, since her injury and since you've come into the first starting 11, just if you'd had any specific conversations about you coming into the team.
I mean, me and Kira talk all the time, I think. We're never too far away. So obviously we've spoke about a lot of things, whether it be football, on the pitch, off the pitch. I will always be as supportive as I can for her, and likewise for me. I think we both want to see each other strive and do as well as we can.
And just on that, I mean, this is obviously a fact of football, but players get injured. How strange is it when sometimes you get opportunities because of an injury to one of your mates?
Yeah, I think it's a tough situation, to be honest, especially when Kira is one of my closest friends in the team. I think you never want to be playing on someone else's misfortune, but luckily we found out that Kira's injury obviously wasn't too long-term or serious, so that is brilliant news.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Come back with the playlist next time.
Hey, put me on the spot there.
You did well.